What's up, everybody? It is the Yes We Fight live show, and I'm on here by myself right now because I am waiting on my wife to log in from where she's at right now so that we can do our show. Uh, just so you know, I'm at home in Las Vegas, preparing to go grab my son, uh, grab my son, and then go to a basketball tournament. And then I'm waiting for my wife to. Well, actually, I'm not waiting for my wife is currently in Mesquite right now at our daughter's flag football tournament. So we're all over the place today, but we still wanted to jump on. We were a whole half hour late, which we don't like to be, but such is life, right? I know everyone out here, if you're a parent, then you understand the the gist of what we have to go through on our off days, because our off days as workers are completely on days as parents. So I'm pretty sure you all understand my current dilemma here. So we're just waiting a couple minutes to see if Julia is able to get her thing working over there on her end. Uh, yeah, and we'll go from there. So if not, then we'll always push the show to a different to next week and leave it at that. Let me give her a call real quick. We're gonna give her a call real quick, see what she says. What's going on?
Hey, nothing. I'm looking and checking to see if it's downloaded right now already.
So how's it coming? We on live. I put it. I told everybody they said what's up.
Oh, hello.
Tell everybody why we not on the show, Julie. Tell them
Doing what?
tell them why we not on the show, cause it's your fault. Cause you wanted to go all the way over there. So tell them why we not on.
Cause I'm in Mesquite watching Layla, and you're there at home cleaning and preparing for Gerald stuff.
It's just that's what happens in life sometimes, right? Is no matter what the plans are,
It's easily to get sidetracked because there's so much stuff that we're trying to do.
as a parent, right? There's so
Yeah.
much stuff that we're trying to accomplish as a parent. As yourself, um, as a mom, as a dad, um, as a husband, and then the, as those technical, not non-technical jobs that we have, right? Like
Right.
transportation coordinator, uh,
Right. Menu planner.
financier of their fun and enjoyment, coach, confidant, picker upper. All of those things are
Yeah.
important, and we have found ourselves in that predicament today.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I'm out here, and it's crazy because even though we've committed to what we're doing, it's still so easy to get sometimes caught up in everything that's right in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I'm waiting for it to download. And unfortunately, I'm in a Mesquite where I'm at. The Wi-Fi is the
Yeah.
my service isn't doing.
The reception sucks out there a little bit sometimes,
Yeah,
and that's one of our favorite
yeah,
spots to go to. Like we spend
it is.
many a weekends in Mesquite at the Casablanca, eating at Catherine's and floating at the pool in the summertime. So
I know.
we 100% know how crazy or trash it is a little bit, but yeah, I mean I don't want to take too much time, and I don't want to give a lackluster show, but I did want to jump on at least and give them an explanation, give people an explanation that we're still just regular human beings with kids, and our main goals are factored around our children's success for the time being. Well, for now, forever, you know. So so if we have to pick between doing shows and doing anything or supporting our children, we're always going to pick that. So we'll work those kinks out in a different on a different day. But I still believe that this show is powerful and everything else.
Right. I think what we can start doing, now that I think about it, is, you know, making sure, because like you said, we don't want to just like come out here and throw a bunch of stuff out there, but also like rescheduling and making that something that's okay, where it's like, hey, this isn't going to work for us this weekend, but we'd love for you to join us at this time. You know what I mean? Now that I'm
Yeah,
thinking about it.
yeah. I think that's a good idea too. We'll start navigating the schedule and say, hey, this week our show is going to be on this day because we have this. If you're able to join us, great. If not, we understand. Because we should have,
Right.
because I guess technically we probably should have recorded this show yesterday, last night,
I know. I was too busy.
sleeping and nursing a stomach ache.
Yes,
But
definitely.
but since we're on, we might as well give a good 10, 15 minutes. How was your weekend, Jew? How was your week, I should say, since last show?
You know, the week is doing good. The week is going really, really good. I really feel really great because Gerald and I this week had some really good. Because like, you and I had some really good conversations this week. Gerald and I, for those of you, I'm a first grade teacher, and Gerald's been working on his healthier movement for a few years now, and we've been together, Gerald, what, like almost 18 years, 18,
Yeah, 18.
18. And it's only been really the last few years that we've really had a lot more awareness of ourselves and like really working on a healthy relationship. And just this week, we've had some really good conversations about how to communicate better with each other, and not just communicate, but how to disagree better, how to work through conversations. Because I don't know about anybody else, but we find ourselves falling back in those same old patterns. They're not as terrible as they used to be, so I can see growth within the conversation. But my week was really good because I felt really great about being able to connect with you and then talk about it afterwards, and kind of really, I felt like create more safety within conversation, you know?
Yep.
So that was something that was really big for me this week, and I felt really good about it. And because I think we've talked about it so much about being safe within conversation. Safety period, but safe within conversation is huge, and especially in relationships and committed relationships where you're like really trying to go the distance and like each other towards the end of the journey.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. Give me some
So
examples though.
that was a lot. Yeah, so that was a lot, but that was something that was really, really good for me this week. I really liked it. How about you?
It was pretty good. What about those conversations mattered, so to speak?
What about the
And
first
what
thing
and
that
what
mattered
and
about
what conversation was the most impactful, I guess.
the conversation that really, really mattered for me? Well, the first thing was that you brought it to me. I really appreciate that like an argument. We were arguing over an issue, a topic, and I really liked that afterwards you were really calm and you on your own had read something and then brought it to me. And I really like that. I really like in things like that, even the really tough conversations, when you bring it back and we're able to come to some kind of understanding. So the first thing was that you were willing to bring it to me,
Mm.
like found something that was maybe relatable to us, and then talk about it. And then what I like most about it is that you were able to express stuff to me about yourself that I understood, and I was in turn able to see myself within our conversation and go, okay, I can see how I do that too. It wasn't like you do this in conversation and you do that. It was like we were both able to listen to each other, understand it, and try healthy way to disagree on something and then try to talk about it? Because that's really hard. I read something this week, and it was from Dr. Nicole.
You're about to say the same thing I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Yep. And about one of the most important things in a relationship is being able to disagree in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And
If I'm not mistaken, the direct quote was the success of relationships is can be summed up with how well you deal with conflict.
yeah, basically, yes, on how yeah, exactly. And that's interesting because I read that after we had already had we had already had a disagreement slash argument. It wasn't anything crazy, but still had a disagreement argument. And then we'd already been able to come back together and talk about it and really, really, I felt like make some really good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then able to read that quote and realize and fully connect to it.
Yeah.
Like I think that we all know. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
Okay, I think we all know. Like we can all say like communicating with each other is important, but I didn't really fully understand what communication looked like. You know what I mean? Like for us, and I think that's the thing is you have to find the communication style that works for you and your spouse because each one of us speaks differently. We like to be spoken to differently. We respond differently in conflict and disagreement. So it's really like super important to try to be mindful and work on those things.
I agree. I agree. To be honest, it's crazy because it's like, yeah, we should be able to jump on this show and talk about our disagreements. You know what I mean? The show's called Yes We Fight, so why wouldn't we pop in here and say, hey, this is what we fought about too? And we argued about, it was a miscommunication, a misunderstanding. Because here's how conflicts happen, like especially the basic ones, right? Like the ones that aren't going to destroy your marriage, right? The ones that aren't big enough to destroy your marriage that you have to work through, right? Those are the ones that are the most difficult to navigate, right? And it really, because it all boils down to a miscommunication where someone believes that you meant something by what you said and you're arguing that you didn't mean that, or that the way that they're describing their interpretation of what you mean doesn't line up with how you internally say that to yourself, so to speak.
Yes.
So that's what ours was about, right? It was about me thinking that you said or meant something, you not, and then you doing that same thing to me, and I think we just went back and forth. Because once that happens one time and you continue through the conversation, then essentially you're going to lose out on that. Like
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, completely. And I think what happened really mainly was, we're discussing a very sensitive topic, which for the world, it shames me. It shames me to say it. But your girl here snores. It's painful. It's painful to say out loud. And unfortunately, Gerald has been victim to this. So,
victim to what again?
Victim to my snoring.
Oh.
Now, but what happened is what you felt I had done is a big deal. You had felt that I was invalidating you, and that I think that's the thing is we talk about this, we talk about what happened, but I think what in essence really happened within that is you felt invalidated, and like I was telling you that what you felt wasn't true for you, like that it was like no, that's not the case, and. I mean, what you said happened did. Like, that's 100% what happened. Mm-hmm. But it's more than just a miscommunication. What happened, if I'm not mistaken, is you really felt like I had just really invalidated you. And when we feel invalidated by how we feel, that's enough to derail an entire conversation in
Absolutely.
itself.
Absolutely. But I think at the same time, but like the invalidation is still miscommunication to a degree,
Yeah, no,
because your response was never to invalidate what I had to say.
yeah,
And I think that has to be factored in, and it also has to matter in conversation, right? Is that like it's
yeah,
still a miscommunication because you didn't do it on
yeah.
purpose.
That's true. That's true. Because that wasn't what I was meaning. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
doesn't mean you
you're
don't have
right.
to make an adjustment or you don't have to change or I don't have to make an adjustment or I don't have to make a change, but it means that somewhere down the road someone is not understanding the words
Right.
the way that you are trying to the way that you are intent or trying to say them.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. 100%. No, and one of the hardest things that happens in conversation and in any other situation
Hmm.
is that as we have really, really tried and worked on how we communicate with each other and try to keep it as healthy as we can in
Hmm.
the best way we can, however we know it, it is so easy to fall back into the routine, into the old cycles. It's so easy because, to be honest with you, I
Hmm.
really don't know what healthy communication for us, like what it looks like in every capacity. Like, or at least I didn't. I definitely can understand more now, but I didn't know what really healthy communication looked like. I didn't know what it looked like to be able to talk about a trigger. I didn't know what it looked like to be able to say, "You hurt me, but work through that," or "I hurt you." Like dealing with how we hurt people, like that's difficult.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't know what that healthy conversation looks like. So we, like every other person who's working on it, find ourselves falling back into those cycles of just protectiveness
Yeah.
and, you know what I mean,
No, I get
shutting
it.
down, opening up more, or yelling, talking soft, break, you know what I mean, like all of it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think as a man, it's trying to give myself permission to say those things. You know what I mean? Like it's still even like to this day, I'm still kind of like that's some forgive my French. That's some
That's what you're gonna say.
that's some bitch ass shit.
Right? I know
That's
what
how I
you're gonna
really
say. I know what
feel.
you're
I'm
gonna say.
like, dude, just suck it up and keep it pushing. So what that she snores? So what that that's how she feel about it? Just get over it and go about it. But I'm like, no, like one of
I'm
the
trying to
one of
save
the
face.
yeah one of the sneakiest killers of any relationship is contempt, and contempt is subtle because it's accumulative. It isn't one thing, right? Contempt isn't one thing that pisses you off. It is a million small things. You snore, you crunch, you burp and don't say excuse me, you fart in public, you say crazy stuff, you don't recognize. You know what I'm saying? It's those little bitty things
And can you
that
clarify that that is not me
that is not
farting
you.
in
That
public?
is not you. You do not fart in public. I do. Yeah, if you like, I'll use me, right? If you found it slightly repulsive or
My Facebook has updated.
irritating, right? That I cuss a lot. I my obsessive use of the N word, walking past multiple bathrooms to pee next to my car in the parking lot. If
Oh
though
my gosh. Funniest one.
never stopping on road trips. If
Have a
if
girl out here starving.
Yep, no eating and no pissing. You better do that before we go. If any of those
My face.
things
That,
pissed you
okay,
off a
now,
little bit, we would be not be able to make it. So there's a part of me where I'm like, suck it up, bro. It's just snoring. And it takes a lot of mental dancing with myself to come to you and say, hey, like, this is a thing that I actually just need you to address. Like, I just need you to do it because,
right, right.
like, it's starting to make me mad. I don't have a clear, like, explanation as to why I want you to do it. I just know that I want you to do this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And that's a very
No,
difficult thing because I think sometimes I know for me, I've kind of been prepped to like figure out what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? And like and although I may feel like you're always making me prove it, I think that proving comes from me, right? Like I'm making myself prove it to myself that I have a valid argument. And sometimes you get, yeah, and sometimes you get to a place in your marriage that your argument doesn't have to be valid to a degree, right? It needs to be framed as, hey, this is something that I just need. Like I just, and I shouldn't feel bad for wanting something from my significant other, and neither should my significant other
Yeah.
not want. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess that's what I came to this week.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Do you want me to add because my Facebook is downloaded and I went into it?
We're already 20 minutes in, baby. About to wrap this up.
Oh, okay. I was just for next time. Then now we know.
For next time, yeah, we know what's up.
But yeah, no, and I think what you said also is really important. I think it's important for men to hear, and I think it's important for us as people to hear. But you giving yourself the permission, giving yourself permission to want something, giving yourself permission to feel something, to need something, to actually have needs.
Yep.
It's so important. It's so important. Yesterday I wasn't feeling well, and I went upstairs and laid down. Left work early, and you came upstairs. No kids, hung out, great time, and then I fell asleep. And even something so simple as that, like being able to tell yourself that you can actually rest, like giving yourself permission to need something like rest, is also something. I have a hard time with just not doing something. And to be honest, if you're doing something, like if you start cleaning, I feel like I should start cleaning too.
Mm.
Like it's 100%. Like if I'm sitting down, like you could be in the office watching football all day long, and I don't feel anything about it. Like I don't feel anything.
Bet not.
But if you get up, but if you get up and start cleaning the kitchen, I immediately start to feel guilty. Like I should be clean. I should have done something. Like if you walk in and I'm just fiddling around watching videos on my phone, I've had to learn and still work on it to like it's okay for you to find me watching videos. Like it's okay to not want to do anything. But
Yeah.
I feel like, oh God, he caught me doing nothing. Oh, he's caught me just sitting here and not like cleaning the bedroom or not. And I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I can't even just sit down?
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm allowed to watch, like, no disrespect, but Asian people eating noodles.
Yeah, that's trash. That's some trash content, babe. Not gonna lie to you. That's trash content, but you know, to each their own. But that's trash content. No, you're right though. Because I think we all have those insecurities of some of those things too, right? Like I feel like that sometimes too. Like y'all gone for the most part of the day, and I'm here by myself, and I work from home by myself. That stuff happens while y'all not here. So for me, I feel like I don't do anything that y'all can see. You know what I mean? So yeah, those mental games that we have that we play on a consistent basis is like it's crazy. Like this, the self worth stuff. You know, like the self worth stuff that we do, or that the mind games that we play in that regard is like, and it's always like an outward it's an internal conflict with an outward display, right? Because that little slight insecurity that you have that makes you feel like you need to get up, it's kind of annoying. Because I'm like, go sit your ass down. You wasn't even over here yet. Like you wasn't even over here. Like go sit your ass down somewhere. Like I pick up one dish and run some water, and here your ass is. Like go sit down. Leave me alone.
Oh, here, let me get that.
Yeah. Oh. And I turn around and you like this. Fuck out right in my face. I'm like, where the hell did you come from? From upstairs? You heard dishes clanging from upstairs? Go get your ass out of here. Yeah, I'm like, God. Huh?
The only time that I don't do that is after we've had a little spat, and then you want to be super independent and start cleaning, and then I'm like,
Girl, I clean up all the time. I
Go
clean
ahead,
up
do those. No. I just said what I said is the only time that I don't do that I don't run, is when after we have
a
like a
little
little argument.
argument.
That's really yeah. After a little argument, then you get really independent, and it's like you don't need anything,
I
and
don't
you
know
like
why you
clean
keep.
up.
I don't know why you keep calling it independent. I clean
Yeah.
up all the time. It's my thing. It's what I do every other night.
No, that's true. But what I'm saying is the only time I don't try to rush in there.
Got you.
The only time that I'm like, okay, you can clean up, fine. You want to do that? Okay, you do it. Yeah, go ahead. Just put all the food away. Go ahead. You want to put all the food away? Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. All right. Next time I know when you get upset, I'm gonna just start taking stuff out and leaving it out for you. I'm gonna just take it out.
I'm
You
like,
clean up
okay.
your damn self.
I'm like, I'm gonna clean that up. You're like, no, I got it. And it's like,
See, that's the no. That's that BS that you be doing. That's that BS that you be doing. We have a little spat, and then all of a sudden you want to come give me a schedule. I'm just gonna do a little work at my table, and then I'll clean the dishes because you know I'm about to go clean them. You know damn well I'm about to go clean them dishes, and I'm gonna give you 30 minutes. I'm gonna give you 35 minutes to go clean them dishes, and if you don't go clean them, go and clean them.
you know,
And you're like,
you know what's
oh babe, I said I was gonna do that. Yeah, don't be on here capping like that. Don't be on here
no,
capping like I don't know.
no,
Get it?
that is true. Those are two separate things. Those are two separate things.
You just prepped
The only
yourself
time,
right. The only time I don't do that. No, the only time is when you prep that shit like you don't know that I'm about to go clean them dishes in a little bit. So you jump in the middle talking about, oh, I'll clean them later on. And then an hour go by. It's 10 o'clock at night. And you like, still at the table.
I'm a career woman.
Right.
I'm a career woman
Then
now.
stop putting your nose in domestic shit. Let me do the domesticated housework that I'm supposed to do.
No, you know what's funny is that, and it's not funny, but what's funny is, you see those videos where it's like what men do when they're mad but they don't know how to apologize. You come in and it's like, hey, that
You want a
that
sandwich?
doorknob, that doorknob doesn't work. Oh, did you see that funny thing Leslie did?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of me, where it's like I really hate it. Like I really hate. Like I know some people. Like my mom always laughs at me and she's always messing with, not always, but like she's like, I don't know how you do that. She's like, if my mom could walk around and ignore my dad for days, he will tell you. She's like, I don't. Me, I can't. I get
I
so
can.
sick on the inside.
I can.
I
I
get
ain't gonna lie.
sick. Yeah,
I can
you
just not
can.
talk to you. Just, I'm straight. I'm
I
good.
know you walk by, sit, chuckling with the kids, he, and I'm just over here like, what are you laughing with? What are you doing? I was sitting in here. You want to laugh at me? I swear, it's so funny. Like it's so funny, but I'm going in there and it's like, what I really want to do is just like give you a hug and be like, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. But all I did is like, hey, watch a movie. Like I don't know. I'm still working
You're
on it.
like,
I'm still working on it.
so, what do you want to do tonight? You wanna? Did you want to watch something? That's like it's 11:30 at night, girl. Ain't nobody watching shit. I'm about to go sit up in here for about 25 minutes, and I'm gonna go lay my tail down.
You know what? And I think there's a part of me. I'm like, he knows that I want to be invited in. He knows it.
And I just don't want you there, but I'll come get
Right.
you in a minute.
The lights are off, and I'm like, okay, but that's also me trying to, like, I'll come in and ask you because, to be honest with you, even if we've just had an argument, it's really important for me to have you know whether you know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to try to be as normal as I can, per se,
Mm-hmm.
because even if we've had an argument, I genuinely believe you deserve to be loved through things.
Uh,
So
so let. I don't want to dive into that too much because I don't want to take too much time because I don't necessarily agree with that. I think
and
because a person because I think love has to be received the way that you give, right? So if a person requires space and you want to press, then you're not actually giving them love. You're fulfilling your own need,
that's true.
right?
I don't disagree with you on that.
Because I
I
need
think
space. When
Yes,
when
you
I
do
when
need
I when
space.
I go to the mountaintop full of fury, the one thing that I need is space, and that's space from everything. That's space from seeing your face, hearing your voice, you being close to me. And it's not like I hate your guts, but it's just like I'm cool. Like I don't need to be bothered right now. Give me some space. Yours
No,
yours is the
100%.
opposite, right? So like your response is to once you're done with the rage is to come close.
No, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. And I think probably maybe, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and I don't disagree with that. I think probably a better way of saying it is like, even though we've had an argument, you deserve to still be respected. You deserve to know that even if we've just had an argument,
Hmm.
that 5 minutes after that argument, I'm gonna still
I
have
hear you,
your best
babe.
interest
I
in
still
mind.
think that you are not acting in my best interest if you do that, because
Well, yeah,
my need is I need space. So essentially, what you do is you are requesting that I put my need to the side of space and address you because of your need to get close that you have renamed as it being something for me.
mm.
If you
So
know,
what would be?
if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. So here's the question. So here's an important question then.
Hmm.
Because I now know in our relationship that you need space, and I've been consistently working through what that space triggered within me because that's my own issue. So
Hmm.
I've actively worked on that. So now because I recognize that you need space, what are things that would give you that space but still also let you know that like I
Well,
respect.
I think what the answer has to be is you have to play it by ear, and the best thing that you have is the understanding of what my needs are. And also I have an understanding of what your needs are too, right? So because they have to both fit in that one space, right? It can't always be I need space, therefore you need to kick rocks because you need closeness, right? In that exact same space. So I can't dominate that space and say every single time that we go to the mountaintop in fury, then you need to give me space because that's what I need, and my needs need to be met and mine only. What I'm saying is, you need to understand that if I'm putting my foot down about this space, you might want to back off. And I need to
Right.
understand that if you're putting your foot down about getting close, then I need to take that into consideration as well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that
It
makes sense
goes it
because
go it goes both ways if you know what I mean. Like it goes both ways.
no, no.
Like we need to get our needs met, but then where the conflict happens when we both have a different need in the exact same moment, right? There's no give. I want you to back off, you want me to pull you close. My insecurities say you need to back away, your insecurities say I need to be close, right?
Right. That
and
reassurance.
and and both of them need to be true, and the
Right.
person and the two people have to have an understanding so that we're aware as to whose needs need to be met.
Right. I think one way, and I completely agree with that. And I think one way that what I'll do is like, it's like that night, you were in your office, and then I was at the table doing my work.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a secret. I don't like to pretend. I don't like to pretend. See, my issue is I don't like to pretend nothing just happened, but I also don't like to pretend that I don't care about you either. Because
Yeah,
both has happened.
true.
Both just happened. So it's like balancing this, like, I still care about you. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I stayed in, and did my stuff at the table
Yeah.
because I wanted to make it aware. Like, if there was availability or if you saw me and it's like you wanted something, I was still there. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think for me, that is something that suffices now because I'm not dealing with that such heavy trigger where now it's like, oh, Julia, you did something. Oh, Julia, you know what I mean? Like, it gives you that space to process, and then me to like not have to like be weird.
Hmm.
So it's like, but what I will do is if I'm gonna go upstairs, like if I make a decision, like you know what, play a game or something, so I'm still gonna give you a hug and a kiss goodnight, and then I'm gonna go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I will definitely keep that in mind, because it's like, I don't know, I have this thing, and maybe I try to provide you with that because it's something that I've maybe felt. I don't know, maybe that's something that was created in me, and I'm not saying like you did it. I'm just saying that I don't like to. I have a hard time when I feel like I've done something wrong. Like, if I hurt you, hurting you is like troublesome. If I hurt you, if I hurt my family, it's something that I'm like, I don't know what it is. I'm not really sure where that stems from. If I sat back, I'm sure I've got stuff.
Yeah.
But so it's like, I always try to like reassure you, but you don't need that. Like,
No.
you don't need reassurance. So that's something that had working with me. So I wasn't sitting there pressing you, creating secondary arguments based on my insecurity. That's something that I will say.
Yeah, I don't need anything. I don't, like, if you told me you love me one time, I'm pretty good. I'm straight, as long as you don't do nothing different that shows that you don't. Like, I'm straight. Like, I don't need you to reassure that for me every single day. I don't need to. You staying reassures a lot of things because you're not a hostage. So that works for me. And then I'm just.
It's to this love.
You are. Well, I know. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. Whatever. But let's wrap it up, babe, because I know you got to get back to the game. Got to go back, and I got to go get Gerald so we can go to this basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a good conversation on the fly that we had some technical difficulties for, but I'm glad we were able to get it in. They can see you and I can see you, kind of. I'm waving it around because like the glare on the phone kind of gets in, but I'm also trying to hold the bottom of my phone to like the microphone that's up there so that they can hear. So you can go back and watch it later. But for everybody else, I do have one announcement. On the 21st, we are going to have a live Healthier Family Movement meeting where we just kind of get together and just kind of talk about some of the things that are pressing to us as a family. I will give you the details, but it will be on the 21st. So if you're interested in that, please, by all means, just drop a comment down below, and I'll make sure I'll get you the specifics of the location and everything for that event. And other than that, just keep on dropping, some of the stuff. I do want to shout out a couple people that have reached out to me over the last little bit. I think my mom is my biggest fan. So hi, Mom, if you're watching. She's the one that comments on every single show. So I wanted to make sure I shout out my mom, Laura, Tuesday. All of those people. That's where my son is at right now. Is at his Aunt Tuesday's house. And I just want to thank everyone for supporting us. This is definitely a very fun passion project for Julie and I. And we're looking forward to actually developing this into something a little more tangible. So I'm super excited about that. So if you have any questions, by all means, reach out to us, myself, my wife, and we're going to be dropping some actual tangible content, services, and things like that so that we can actually help families do some really dope things and be the dopest that they can possibly be. So, so with all of that, thank you. And till next Saturday, we'll be together next Saturday in the same room with the microphones, great audio and everything else. But if you're able to stay on for this, we appreciate you for listening. Take care and sayonara.
Okay, bye.
Bye.